And welcome to another FAQ Monday. I'm your host, Fluff, and I don't have my coffee. I have sparkling water, flavored water, sparkling ice, pink grapefruit. Because you know why? It's hot, and it's like 4 o'clock. So no coffee. Although there is iced coffee. Oh, I do have an iced coffee down in the fridge. No, I shouldn't. I will regret that at about 2 o'clock in the morning later. I'll be laying awake, and I'll be like, oh, I did it for an FAQ Monday. Fooled me again. Thoughts on the new Slipknot? We Are Not Your Kind recently came out, and I really like it. Honestly, it's really, really good. It reminds me a little bit of Iowa. It's hard to describe, like, the anger and the ferocity from Iowa is very, very present in We Are Not Your Kind. Obviously, there's a little bit of Volume 3 in there. I don't know, man. I feel like it is one of Slipknot's better albums. I really, really enjoy it. The riffs are nasty. The guitar tones are sick. The beats are sick. The songs are great. Like, I have nothing bad to say about the new Slipknot. It is very, very good. So yeah, it's good. Favorite album sonically, but not musically? And favorite album musically, but not sonically? Oh man, that's a great question. A pair of questions. Sonically, but not musically. Oh man, I hate to say it. But the self-titled Killswitch Engage album, musically, not my favorite. It was their last one with Howard. You know, it sounds like they were all in weird places, and they were. But sonically, it sounds so good. That is a great sounding record, but the songs are, I don't know, the lyrically and you know, the vocals aren't super great on that album for me personally. That is just my opinion, but that is what, that's for the sonically but not musically. Musically, but not sonically, honestly, a lot of the old, like the Hendrix stuff. Love Jimi Hendrix. I grew up on Jimi Hendrix albums. My father was a huge, huge fan. I can't help but think and wonder what a Jimi Hendrix record would sound like with modern production. And I know it's obviously it was recorded in the late 60s and stuff like that, but like that stuff doesn't sound super great by today's standards. At the time, it was fine. I realize that, but when I was a kid, I distinctly remember, you know, the sound quality wasn't that great compared to, say, you know, a Led Zeppelin record or a Black Sabbath record or something like that to my ears at that time. And if I'm thinking about that kind of stuff long before I got into music or playing guitar, it's, you know, again, the songs are brilliant. Jimi Hendrix is brilliant. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying the sonic quality of the albums, for me, always turned me off a little bit. But, you know, they have a sound and they have a feeling, and a lot of people love them regardless. But I'm answering a question on an FAQ Monday video. So there you go. What's the current guitar collection up to? Honestly, I am not super sure. I think it might be high 20s, low 30s. I think. I haven't gotten rid of a lot of guitars. I have acquired a couple in the last couple months. A lot of them, most of them are in storage. I got tired of like having all of the closets in the house just stuffed and overstuffed with guitars and cases because those take up a lot of room. So anything that I have at the house is literally right there in that rack. Everything else is in storage, and my storage unit is sad. I mean, it's awesome, but it's sad. Looks like a gear hoarder, because that's what I am, a gear hoarder. I don't know, maybe I should make a video on rediscovering my guitars. I don't know. But I think it's in the high, if I had to pin a number on it, I would probably say 28? 29, maybe? Not sure. Did we count basses? What is the most metal thing you have ever seen? To be honest, the most metal thing is extremely subjective, because I could go for something really gruesome or really brutal. But honestly, when I think of the metal community, the metal music community, I think of a lot of goodwill and a lot of good people. Myself, not to sound cheesy, but that's what I think of. And what came to my mind when I first read that question was I was at a big arena show. I believe it was Korn, Mudvayne, and 10 Years. Stained might have been there too. I want to say Stained was there. But anyway, this was about 2005, I think, 2004, I want to say. In the middle of the Mudvayne show, this guy in a wheelchair who was clearly he was a wounded vet and he was partially paralyzed from the waist down. The pit's going, huge arena show, right? Mudvayne is, I think they were in the middle of a dig. This guy in a wheelchair pops up. They had gotten him up for just a second. Obviously it was heavy and awkward. He got up for just a second, just enough to be like, oh my gosh, wow. And he went back down into the crowd. Chad Gray stops the show and he goes, wait a second. Did I just see you guys lift up a paralyzed vet to crowd surf? Hang on, where is he? Find him. So basically the crowd goes, boom, they find him. And he was like, you know what? If you're cool enough to hang out in the crowd, you're cool enough to come up here on the stage and share the stage with us. Get up here. And the crowd lifted him up and they got him onto the stage. Middle of the show, dude, they wheel him next to the stage and he watches the rest of the show side stage while high-fiving the members of Mudvayne. One of the most metal things I've ever seen in my entire life. Amazing moment. And see, even got goosebumps just thinking about it. And that really sticks out in my mind as a metal moment because you would never see that anywhere but the metal show. It was really, really cool. How hard is it to balance band life and YouTube life? Honestly, really, really hard. I mean, when you're gone, like recently, I've been gone for 2 weeks recording with Dragged Under, and then we did a couple of shows down in California, so that took about a week in total from the time I left till the time I got back. It's really, really tough balancing band life and YouTube life. Hopefully when we go on like longer tours, I can balance those things out a little bit more by vlogging. I'll do like a daily vlog or something like that, you know, day in the life of a Dragged Under member or something, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully if we're on the road longer, we can then, you know, make video content of some sort. I don't know, I'll try to figure it out. I'm figuring this out as I go, but yeah, there's no need for videos to stop while I'm on tour, but yeah, balancing the whole thing gets a little difficult, but I'm managing. If you had to strip down the guitar collection to 3 guitars, which ones would they be? Oh man, that's hard. That's really tough. I'm gonna assume you don't mean basses. Basses don't count in this context because I want the most out of the guitars as I can. So the first one I would choose is probably Mr. Sparkle, the blue Sparkle Stingray, right behind me. I love that guitar so much, and it's one of the most stable guitars I have. That's 1. 2, probably the 2018 Gibson Les Paul, honestly. And number 3, my 77 Gibson RD Standard. Those would be the 3 guitars, I think. Maybe the Paul Reed, oh man, that's a tough question. That's my answer for right now. I guess, yeah, I'll stick with that. Oh man, that's tough. That's like choosing your favorite kid or something. That's really difficult. Congratulations. Favorite Fishman pickups? I have been cycling through them a lot lately, just trying different flavors and seeing what works for my particular setup. With the orange setup, I really like the modern Alnicos. So basically what is the neck pickup in the modern Fluent set in the bridge. But for Dragged Under, the kill switch engage pickups for me are the absolute best for what we do. Fast, percussive, tight, and they don't have a lot of low end, so that also contributes to their tightness. It's like a Maxon overdrive is always on coming out of your guitar, and I love that, especially in conjunction with the Helix. It just works really, really well, and signal processors and amps alike seem to just love the kill switch engage set. So for my favorite Fishman set, I would say either the kill switch engage or the Steph Carpenter set. But either one of those are awesome either way, so yeah. And now Fluff reads a tweet. I tell dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs. My suggestion to you this week is to check out the new Slipknot album, We Are Not Your Kind. It just came out. It is so awesome. And if you are a Slipknot fan or a fan of heavy music in general, you will like this as well. All applicable links down below in the description. You've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.